Hi there, good afternoon, and welcome to the solstice edition of Curve Flattening Concerts. I'm here with Charlie the obstreperous dog, who is now pretending to be a good dog, sleeping over on his chair after throwing everything into chaos about 10 minutes ago. And I welcome you aboard for this concert. We have a bunch of people on here. Stephen DeHaas on YouTube, and Kiss Kiss apparently on YouTube, wishing us all Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve, and all. And Debbie Moore and Slim Edelman and Terry St. James, Kathy Craw up there in Canada, Margot Lemieux in Massachusetts, Warren and Janelle over in Ohio, Mike Verbeek in Pittsburgh, David Arthur Radcliffe in the UK, and who else do we have here? John Sprouse is here, and he's right here in the southeast Pennsylvania area. And Keith, Kiss Kiss is Keith. Is this another version of Keith Shaw, or are you a different Keith? And Connie Adams and Barry Edelman. I haven't seen you in a while, Barry. And Ann Mintz. Day one, no coffee. Yikes. Well, good luck with that. Rhonda Scott Merrick is here. So this is decaf, so it doesn't really count as coffee. I clink you all and welcome you aboard. We're shooting for a very positive concert today, a goodwill concert. And as such, Carol Pratt is here, and Charlie Bryant, and Kathy Marzik, and Keith Shaw, and who has quit coffee since the days of the Kokomo Kid. That's over a year, I think, now since Kokomo quit. And Johnson Hogg is here from Europe. So I guess we should get to a little bit of music here. This one was written by my dear friend Alex Bevan. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote, just one word, and that word was hope. The backstory's not hard to understand. Her daddy drives a delivery van, and mommy, she works and she prays for masks. It's all about give and not about ask. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace for it from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote, just one word, and that word was hope. If you don't get it, then I'll say it slow. It's not about the what or the who that you know, while political minds position and fuss. It's not about them, it's all about us. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote, just one word, and that word was hope. It's the old and the homeless and the shut-in crowd, the deplorables, the adorables, and the talk's too loud, This wound will heal, it will leave a scar. It's you, it's me, it's who we are. In the space in the middle of the old sidewalk, there was grace from a child with a chip of chalk. Only 4 letters were all she wrote. Just one word, and that word was hope. Alex Bevan's beautiful song, Hope. I'm going to come back here and see who else is here. Looks like lots of folks. So where was I? Kathy Marzik, Keith Shaw, Johnson Hogg, I got you guys, Mike Verbeek. S.A. Tudhope is here. S.A., I hope you are recovering from your concussion. Donna Greenberg and Dave Mason over in Scotland, and Carol Sherman out there in the great Southwest somewhere. And Keith Shaw on Facebook. Amy Roach down there in Florida. Jim Greco up near Rochester, New York, I believe. And John Sprouse is here. I already said that. And Susan Douglas up in Massachusetts. Michael Miller in North Carolina. Aisling Bain down there in Maryland. Deborah B. Clark in Ambler, PA. Peggy Burnett Roberts in Madison, Ohio. And wishing you well, Peggy. Hang in there. And Kyle Vancouvering is here. He's been here a couple times before. Welcome aboard, Kyle. He's on YouTube. Okay. So I think next up I'm going to do the instrumental, and in keeping with the positive aspect of today, we'll do this song. I think we're just about on there. somewhere over the rainbow. And Andy Cohen, my old buddy Andy Cohen, is here. Hope you're doing well, Andy. I hope you're doing great out there. I heard that John Mosey visited you out there in Memphis. It's a little envious, but not too much. And we will see each other sometime. So some announcements for you today. The Invisibles are Linda Worster and Kate Mack and maybe Kitseri Kaku and Judith Fox and Joel Biget and Mario Prue and Mike Stillman and Joel Biget, Mario Prue, Mike Stillman. Bill Rubenstein. How could I forget Invisible? So hello to you guys. As usual, there is that little PayPal link there, or Venmo. Always appreciated, never expected. I want to remind you that on the 28th, which is a week from today at 2 p.m., we will be doing a special Denizens of Raleigh World Zoom meeting, and at 2 Eastern Time. And if you want to be involved in that, if you're not on the Denizens page, where I will post the Zoom link, you can come or email me at raleigh@raleigh.brown.com, and I will send you a Zoom link if you're somebody who is kind of a regular here. No total strangers, but just the usual suspects. And John Hubner's here too. Hi, John. And so I'll do a 2 o'clock Zoom meeting, and then we'll end the Zoom meeting at like 2 minutes till 3, and then I'll do my usual 3 o'clock concert. Okay, so that'll be that. I think those are the big announcements. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., Alex Bevan will be doing his holiday show, and that should be really wonderful. He's been honing it in these live performances. Friday at 3:30 Eastern Time, Slim Edelman will be doing his show, and Slim might write what the theme of that is on here. He says Kit is still in Phoenix too. Dwight Shoemate, my neighbor, is here. Dwight is looking for. They have a kind of, I wouldn't call it charity, a helping hand program at George's where they're trying to find an alto sax for somebody. So if there's anyone in the area here who has an alto sax that they would loan for 4 weeks while a deserving young student's alto sax is being fixed, then you can message Dwight. And Connie Adams is here, and Mel Green, and Slim Edelman said Martin McNeil is doing his show Thursday at his regular time. His regular time is 4 p.m. Eastern Time, which is not, I think, 9 p.m. in the UK. And Bobby Forrest is here. Hi, Bobby. I hope you're doing well. And I think I'm covered all that. Yes. So Alex tomorrow, Slim on Friday. I think Warren is at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Warren can post that if he is. And then and Dakota Dave Hall will not be doing his Saturday show. He'll be traveling to see relatives and friends. And I will be back on Sunday, Christmas Day in the morning. So when you're done opening your presents, by 10:30, if you have kids, they'll have been up at 4. So that'll all be over. And the presents will be mostly destroyed or broken by then. And so tune in, 10:30 on Sunday, and I will put up the usual request for requests. Tom Maynard is here. And like that. So next up, in keeping, as I said, the theme today is kind of look up and look to the future. The days are going to get longer. I think, I can't remember, is it 4/18? I think it's almost exactly an hour from now that the actual solstice takes place. And I can't remember now. But it's really close. The solstice is really upon us in the next hour or two. So Slim's theme is Sleigh Ride for the Holidays. And Warren is not doing his Saturday show. Okay, we got all that in place. And next up, I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? And they're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. You know, they'll learn so much more than I'll never know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. And Mike Carr is here. Dogs say goodnight. How would that sound? The bright, blessed day and the dogs say goodnight. Thank you for that, Mike. Now I'll never get that out of my brain. Faith Senny says, the guitar sounds so rich. It is a lovely guitar. And I had to string it up with extra light strings because of my hand injury, which is, slowly improving. And Dale Dorman is here, and let me see who else I might have missed. I think I got most of you. Okay, let me see down here. George Young. Hi, George. So I have one more for you, and I wrote this song a little over 2 years ago. My good friends, the Girls from Mars, Wendy Bourne and Annie Patterson and Lauren Jansen, invited me to be part of a Christmas extravaganza online. Hey, Christian Jekyll, hi. And me being not a Christian, and Christmas songs aren't really my thing. I figured I ought to write something for it, and I wasn't in the greatest frame of mind, as some of you may remember. I had a lot of personal loss, and but this song came out, and it's not a totally feel-good song, but it was hopeful at the time, and it's still hopeful for me. And there are some lines in it that are dated that have to do with the fact that Biden had just been elected, but had not taken office yet. And so it's I thought about changing those lines to make the song more evergreen. But I decided no, it shouldn't be. It should be a remembrance of that time, of how we felt at that time. Claude Galinsky, my buddy Claude, how are you, man? Well, it's 4 days till Christmas, and the mornings are so dark. I put on all my layers, get the dog out to the park. The year has been a tragedy, and the world is pale and cold. It's 4 days till Christmas, and I am growing old. We're waiting on the season, we're hoping for the sun. We're clinging to a lifeline into 2021. We've had a grave misfortune with all its twists and turns, but 4 days till Christmas is when the light returns. So it's ashes to ashes, and then it's dust to dust. But we'll put up the Christmas lights and resurrect our trust. It's written in the annals that life's not always fair, but hang that star high on the tree, because hope is in the air. And now we're at the crossing, the turning of the tide. The darkness is defeated before the new Yuletide. We're looking to the future with all its twists and turns, because 4 days till Christmas is when the light returns. Yes, 4 days till Christmas is when the light returns. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind. It's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. There's all that stuff from the mantra, which originally comes from Thich Nhat Hanh, paraphrased. And then there's that silly line at the end about the nap. And it's good to remember to keep your sense of humor in these dark times. And maybe the times will get better. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Robin Gray and Debbie Daniels. Good to see you guys, all of you who were here with me today. Charlie, who was a bad boy earlier, has been a perfect little dog during the concert today. Didn't even open his eyes. He said, "Okay, I get it, Dad. You have work to do." And I send my love out to all of you, and I will talk to you on Christmas morning. I hope you have a great Christmas Eve. And like that.